Jacques, leader of South African School of Soccer. Today you had the privilege of meeting up with King Cyprian, from the Mako Kingdom in Nigeria, over a partnership agreement that extends beyond soccer. How was it like, that meeting,
Oui, merci déjà pour cette question. Oui, ça a été un privilège déjà d'être ici avec tous les membres de SAS. Donc du coup, la réunion s'est très bien passée. Je pense que dans les prochaines semaines, les prochains mois, nous pourrions passer à des accords concrets. Donc je suis vraiment satisfait déjà pour cette réception et la réunion s'est très bien passée.
What's your feelings like, regarding, the perspective of what needs to happen, in the next 2-3 years with this envisaged partnership?
Oui, je pense que nous sommes sur la même lancée. Nous regardons sur nous avons la même lancée, la même vision. Donc du coup, nous n'avons même pas eu besoin de passer plus d'une heure de temps en réunion où nous avons pu trouver une solution. Parce que je pense que le roi aussi a la même vision que nous. Donc du coup, ça nous a facilité la tâche au niveau de tout ce qu'on a pu se dire.
There's a kid out there in Northern Cape. There's a kid out there in the Free State.
Yeah.
There's a kid out there in Margate in KwaZulu-Natal. And there's a kid out there in Tlokweng in the Northwest that wants to play soccer, that wants to follow in the footsteps of, Eto'o, that wants to follow in the footsteps, of Didier Drogba. What is your message to them as such, especially with building a foundation like this one here with the king?
Oui, non, je pense que le message c'est de travailler et toujours avoir espoir et tout. Comme je dis, la vraie magie c'est le travail. Tu vois, la vraie magie c'est le travail, la discipline. Donc, je peux t'encourager, tous ceux qui veulent faire du foot un métier, de continuer à travailler avec toi. Je pense que c'est notre but à ça, c'est de leur donner l'opportunité, de leur donner des opportunités de s'exprimer. Comme je dis, chacun a sa part. Donc les joueurs ont leur part et nous avons notre part. Donc, pour eux, c'est d'être disciplinés et de continuer à travailler.
Yes. Can you name just a few of the countries, that you envisage taking these kids to, once the project is back on, say maybe from like your August or September month, do you have a few countries that you can name that comes into effect in what is planned?
Oui, nous travaillons avec plusieurs pays. Déjà, nous travaillons avec la France, vu que South African School of Soccer a une branche en France actuellement, où je vous parle. Et nous travaillons avec la Suède, le Danemark et l'Espagne. Donc du coup, je pense que c'est des pays de football. Et comme je disais tantôt, nous travaillons très dur pour que ces enfants soient exposés au monde entier pour pouvoir mieux exprimer leurs talents.
Yes. There's a name of Ryan Hartslip, who's one of the top agents in South Africa. Have you maybe taken the time to see if you can connect, seeing that this is one of the guys that's got a connection with a team called Malaga in Spain, to make sure that at least you have a setup with someone like him?
Non, pour le moment, nous n'avons pas. Nous travaillons avec d'autres partenaires. Et comme je le dis toujours, nous sommes ouverts à tout autre partenaire. Oui. Comme je dis, le football est tellement vaste. Et la dernière fois, j'étais en réunion avec un partenaire aussi où je disais, nous restons ouverts à toute proposition. Donc, ça veut dire que pour le moment, nous n'avons pas de partenaires en Afrique du Sud. Nous avons plutôt des partenaires à l'Occident. Et comme je dis, nous sommes ouverts à toutes sortes de partenaires. Des partenariats, je veux dire.
The next World Cup will be held in Saudi Arabia and in Qatar. What is some of the contacts that you've made with Qatar, building up to this World Cup?
Mais vous savez que le Qatar, c'est beaucoup plus des joueurs d'un certain âge. Et nous, à la SAS, nous travaillons avec les jeunes. Nous travaillons avec les 10 ans à 17 ans. Donc je pense pas que ceux-là ce ne sont pas des produits pour le Qatar. Nous visons beaucoup plus l'Europe. Parce que je pense que le Qatar, c'est beaucoup plus les joueurs d'un certain âge. Donc ce qui fait que nous ne sommes pas intéressés sur ce marché pour le moment.
Yeah. Are we likely, Jacques, in conclusion, to see a few of the maybe ex-football stars from South Africa coming on to join up with SA School of Soccer as ambassadors in order to take the project to the next level?
Bien sûr, comme je le disais tantôt, nous sommes ouverts, ça serait toujours un plaisir. Comme je dis, South Africa School of Soccer est créé aujourd'hui, c'est pour donner les opportunités aux jeunes. Nous sommes une association, tous ceux qui pourront venir pour apporter un plus pour ces jeunes, nous sommes ouverts. Ça serait toujours avec plaisir.
Yes. Do you find this, an important date in that this was the day in 2010 when the World Cup started in Africa? And this is the day today, when you had the meeting with the Igwe to map out the road ahead for African football.
Oui, moi je pense qu'aujourd'hui c'est un grand jour pour nous. Je ne sais pas comment expliquer, nous sommes honorés, surtout que nous avons déplacé tout notre staff. J'ai mon directeur général qui est là, j'ai notre partenaire, nous avons tous nos membres qui sont sur place. Donc je pense que pour nous c'est un jour que nous n'allons jamais oublier, parce que je pense que c'est le commencement d'une nouvelle aventure pour la SAS. Donc nous honorons ce jour, c'est un grand jour pour nous.
Your closing message to those that are watching.
Moi, je ne peux que dire merci déjà à notre partenaire YTV et merci particulièrement au directeur Fezing qui nous accompagne depuis la création. Donc, je pourrais dire qu'il est de la maison, il fait partie de la SAS. Et je dis merci également à tous ceux qui nous ont tous soutenus, de près comme de loin, tous ceux qui nous ont envoyé des messages d'encouragement. Vraiment un grand merci. Et comme je dis toujours, le meilleur reste à venir. Et merci.
Merci, and this was a great interview with Jacques and with all the great plans for South African School of Soccer. And signing off all the way from Randbeck. Merci. Chief, it's been a blessing having you here today, and to start it all off, we managed to have a chat just a few days ago, and through God's blessings, we're coming over here to your offices today, in the north of Johannesburg, and we are saying it's a blessing because not only are we meeting you today, but we're also meeting you on a momentous day where on this very day in 2010, South Africa hosted the first and up to so far the only African World Cup. What's your proclamations about this momentous day, Edge?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain to you how happy I am.
Yes.
South Africa is a model.
Yeah.
It's an example for a layman to understand. It's an example for all Africans. In fact, by this time in 2010, I will not forget being at the stadium, at the Calabash, called the FNB. I was there with my family, and it was a wonderful opening of the World Cup, and it was a final closing of the World Cup. So it's something that will remain on our hearts. I am also asking FIFA, even if they will not bring it to Africa, let them bring it back to South Africa again.
Wow. And so far, we've seen the other aspect of you, that you're passionate about soccer, and can give us a bit of background into how far you come back with soccer, King?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to be a goalkeeper.
Wow.
So I remember when one of my friends called Emeka, I swear to my uncle that they would never defeat us, but that Emeka scored that only goal. I wasn't happy because soccer is like a passion. It's something that makes me happy, gives me joy. And let's keep Africa apart. In Europe, I'm a fan of supporter. I'm a full fan of Arsenal Football Club.
Wow.
And when you visit my house, you will see like South African School of Soccer, the way they gave me a jersey. That's why I got a jersey and a football from Arsenal. I was in London. That was about 15 years ago. And they gave me a special ball. And a special muffler that I'm still using up to today, and I kept it for myself, for the remembrance of what have happened in my life at soccer. So that's why I appreciate what our brothers have done.
Very important. Close the door, please.
Chief Mother.
Yes, King.
So I'm saying that I'm very happy and I appreciate soccer so much.
Yes. What is the future holding, for all these abiding soccer stars in Africa? King, that there's initiatives like the South African School of Soccer that aims to make, headways into Europe, into Asia, in this particular year, for example, this is the year of the Olympics, Asia comes into play, What are some of the opportunities that you envisage, that projects like South African School of Soccer can play into making headways into Europe, Asia, and so forth?
Well, I will only answer you with a word.
Yeah.
I wish, that is my own wish, I wish South Africa as a rainbow country.
Yes.
Because we know South Africa is a rainbow country.
Yeah.
If they can give every African, whether he's in Europe, whether he's in anywhere, but once he's a black, I'm sorry to use the language, whether he's a white, but they agree to the Africans. If South Africa can give them citizenship, so that they can play for South Africa. Or if any other African country can do that. Because France took the World Cup with 8 black players. But they're of France.
Yes.
According to the former president of America, Donald Trump. He said it's an African World Cup.
Yes.
So if we here in Africa can organize, give everybody, South Africa is a remote country, they can give people citizenship. Those who can play, it should be a measure that they can consider. And then they will come, they will play under the flag of South Africa. So that an African country for the first time will win. Not only hosting, but to win the World Cup. It will be a joy for the 54 countries in Africa.
What can you say to me as Morake to say, Mr. Morake, these are just some of the key qualities to leadership, something you've actually applied, in your reign that can be applied by an African child into empowering himself for what's to come in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Moleke. And what I thank you is that you have always been sincere and straight to the point. I don't discriminate. By my nature as a king, I don't discriminate. I believe in the goal. I believe in the point. I believe in the project called Africa. Also, I believe in the world. So I've tried it in Nigeria. I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. But I interact with people from the western part of Nigeria. They're called the Yorubas. People from Lagos and Ogun State and other states, I interact with them. I also interact with people from the north. I'm a Christian. They are Muslims. I interact with them. We agree on some points. Where we don't agree, we will disagree, but we will still be friends. We will still make things happen the way it's supposed to happen. My point is this: we should work as a continent. Like I thank the South African government, the way they have vaccinated people on COVID, the way they are so sincere to the people, telling them that the vaccine does not cause any harm. I, as a king, I have taken a vaccine before the Nigerian Television Authority, before the general public in Nigeria. I took a vaccine. just to prove to people that this thing doesn't happen. What I don't like is the, how do I put it? The people that tells the lies,
Yeah.
people that says things that are not the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Government is telling us the truth. The truth is that we should be one, we should vaccinate because there's COVID now. We should keep social distancing. We should work. The economy of South Africa is going very well. So, as I don't discriminate, South African government doesn't discriminate. That's why South Africa is called a rainbow country. So, I love what the government is doing, but they should work harder to, particularly to soccer now, or even to other sports, athletics, gymnasium, whatever.
Yes.
If they see that you're a Congolese and you're perfect in doing this, give him citizenship.
Yes.
Let him do it for the country. If there's a Congolese, I'm talking about Congolese government,
Yes.
and they see there's a South African perfect in athletics, they should also give him a citizenship
Yes.
for him to do it. What we want is that this is for Africa, so that we can build a united Africa. Like what the South African School of Sports is doing now, soccer is doing now.
Yeah.
They don't discriminate.
Yes.
You're from Nigeria, they're taking you. You're from Ghana, they're taking you. You're from South Africa, they're taking you. Wherever you come from, even if you're from Europe, they're taking you. That is what it's supposed to be. So, best thing to do is to be one. Let's unite, because the reason is that whether you're European, American, African, we only all one thing in common, and that is death. Everybody must die. So if everybody should die and answer to God, we should be united.
Yes.
That's what I have to say.
Why do we need to make advancement in science and technology? Moreover, after you've had a visit to the South African School of Science and Technology, King, what is your pronouncement on science and technology? Why is it key to Africa's agenda?
Because Africa, we're still lacking behind. So the School of Science and Technology will improve us. They will put us further to the 22nd century, 2050, 2060, 2070. Not whosoever is in power now will be in power then. But this school will be there. So whatever knowledge we have now will put Africa forward. So we need such school. Like I said, when I was in the school, when I was in the school, no need of you saying you're this or you're that, you're waiting for government to do this or do that. If you go to South African Institute of Science and Technology, all we need is that if the government didn't employ you, go and employ yourself and be useful to the society. That will be very, very good.
Yes. In closure, King, this is Youth Month in South Africa, and you have the privilege of being in this country when they're celebrating 45 years of what happened on a fateful day of June 1976. How could you use Africa's example, especially as a West African, to the cause for the youth? What can they improve on from here onwards?
Good. Our father, Nelson Mandela, have done everything he's supposed to do. Everything that happened in 1976 was a mistake,
Yes.
but Mandela have forgiven everyone. So the youths should move forward. They should be educated. They should work for themselves. If you check, you now, Mr. Mandela,
Yeah.
Clement and Jack,
Yeah.
they're all youths.
Yes.
But you see what they're doing. Let's lead by you people's example.
Amen. I clap for
Let's
them.
take people's
Clap for
example.
them.
Okay. Let someone go to South African School of Science and Technology, okay? Then become a perfect person. Open a workshop whereby the cars goes spoil, the car is brought there. That prepares our future. That makes us to look forward. Don't think government can do everything.
Yes.
Government cannot do everything.
Yes.
Government should also try to empower
Yeah.
the youth.
Yeah.
If, for example, somebody finish from university
Yeah.
or from the Science of Institute of Technology,
Yes.
and he needs, let's say, 50,000 rands
Yes.
to start up his own business,
Yes.
let government give that person that money as a loan.
Yes.
When he gets the money back, he should pay back to the government.
Yeah.
I will even call for the loan without interest, but the principal money should be paid
Yeah.
back to the government.
Yeah.
But that helps the government to empower
Another person.
Yeah.
that youth
Yeah.
that they have given the money.
Yeah.
If the institute have trained 50,000 people and the government have given them 100,000
Yeah.
rands,
Yeah.
and they, at the, whatever stage they pay back that money to the government,
Yeah.
government have empowered them.
Yeah.
They will empower others, and others will empower others, and others will empower others.
Yeah.
That's all I will advise the government.
In closure, King, with South African president being head of the African Union, how significant is it that South Africa takes the baton of giving effective leadership to the continent?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He should sell what we have here in South Africa to other South African
Africans.
leaders. They should follow him. He's the leader now.
Yeah.
He's the president of African Union.
Yes.
Other presidents
Yeah.
should listen to him, follow his example, the way he's managing the economy. Let them behave the same way,
Yeah.
because we are going one way.
Yeah.
We are all Africans.
Yes.
So they should all pay attention
Yeah.
to the South African president.
Yes.
And the South African president, as I can see, is leading by example.
Yes.
Let others learn from him.
Yes.
And they should go back to their own respective countries
Yes.
and implement
Yeah.
whatever Ramaphosa have told them to do. Let them go and implement it.
Yeah.
That will be very, very good for the candidate.
King, before I close, obviously we've had, the challenges of the Millennium Development Goals and so forth, but the three things that are still troubling Africa, it's obviously the threat of tuberculosis, the threat of HIV, and the threat of malaria. How do we counter that before we address the issue of COVID-19?
Well, issue of tuberculosis, HIV, and
Malaria.
malaria. It's more research, more vaccine. I'm happy that, from what I know as of now, there's been a development on a new malaria drugs.
Yeah.
Let Africans, they should stop waiting. They should stop waiting for Europeans and the Western world. We have educated people in Africa. There are doctors. There are scientists. Let them develop what it will take to cure Africans. And medications. Let them government subside the medication. Which means if the medication is 10 rand, let the government make it 2 rand or 3 rand. Subside.
Yeah.
In other countries, why should you subside petrol? Petrol 15 rand, but say pay 7 rand. No, medication is more important
Yeah.
for tuberculosis, for HIV, for
Malaria.
malaria. Even they should make the malaria drugs free of charge. The way they are making the COVID vaccine free of charge. Malaria should be free of charge. Tuberculosis should be free of charge. HIV should be free of charge. That will keep us alive. And that will show that Africa has come of age. But don't forget, let them lead by example. Let them show other countries, the remaining 53 countries, that this can happen. So they started here. They will tell others, this is what you have to do. And then I know, I trust our brothers, I trust our leaders. They will not be fools. They will understand. And they will know that is what their people want. African continent is almost 850 million people.
Yes.
There should be free visa. There should be free border.
Yes.
Free borders, free visas.
So you're
Not,
saying
no South African can go to Nigeria with a visa. Wrong. No South African should go to Kenya with a visa. Not allowed.
So you're saying, King, in closure, that we're looking forward to the United States of Africa.
That should be the best solution.
Yeah.
Whereby there will be free trade, that you're South African, you're a farmer. In Nigeria, South Africa is 55 million people, Nigeria is 250 million people. Why can't a South African take his goods to Nigeria and sell it to those 250 million people? Why can't he take it to Egypt? Why can't he take it to Somalia? Why can't he take it to Kenya? It should be the best thing. That will keep us
United.
But if we don't do that, we will still rely on our colonial masters. That's why when there is war, when there's problem, we run to our colonial masters to help us. We should run to ourselves. The AU should sit down and discuss African problem and solve African problem.
Yes, Africa.
Not going to other people. Because we know who we are. Okay?
Yeah.
So why can't we sit down and discuss?
Igwe, with that, we've come to the conclusion and we say it's been a momentous day, 11 June, celebrating what happened with the World Cup here. It's been a momentous day as well in that, we all came clad in blue. I don't know why, but it's a heavenly blue. And we say, Igwe, thank you for the time, and we're hoping that God bless you and give you YTV more than most of all. What is your final message to the YTV viewers on this platform?
Well, Mr. Wakila, I love you so much, and I love your cameraman and all your people.
Yeah.
My simple message to them is to keep on watching YTV.
Thank you.
Because it is very, very important to us. And I am expecting, I know it's going to be possible for YTV to be all over Africa.
With that we close and we say, long live the king.
Thank you very much.
Long live the king.
God bless you.
Long live.
Igbo Mareni.